Welcome to BlackUSA.news morning show. I'm your host, William Honolulu Jr. Join us as we explore the news and opinions that impact our community. We break down how the major stories have a very personal, local, and racial impact. No topic is off limits, but even if the conversation gets rough, we're always going to keep it real.
Greetings and salutations to all my people out there in internet land. Yes, I am William Honolulu Jr., and I have the privilege, nay, the honor, of hosting the BlackUSA.news morning show. Welcome to Tuesday, February 1st, 2022, the first day of Black History Month. Wow, that's big. First day of Black History Month, and I think we're going to bring it in a way that it should, talking about land. Land has been a big deal for Black people since we were stolen from ours and brought to this one. Throughout our time here on this continent, we have had issues with land. We have been promised land. We have been tied to land. We have had our land taken. So we're going to talk today about how we get some of that back through the mechanisms that are available through home ownership, real estate investing, and the like with Miss Keichel Lewter. Y'all are looking for, y'all don't even know what you don't know what you're looking forward to. Like, you have no idea, because we're not even going to, it's not just talking about a woman who knows real estate and is really out here trying to empower the community and really help people understand. We're talking about a woman who didn't start this place. She started by helping people. That's how I met her. She was out there helping people and stuff, just out in the community, going around helping people and telling them stuff, getting them furniture, like making sure that their financial situation did not have to be limiting for their ability to enjoy the American dream. But you know what? Damn it, I do this every time. I introduce a guest and then I tell their whole story, and then when they get to their intro, it's like, well, like William said, and like William said, and like William said. So I'm gonna try not to do that. But y'all know I'm gonna keep doing it, right? I'm gonna put that on the list of things to talk to my therapist about. You know, that's the whole thing. But as every day, I want to give a big shout out to my super producer, Kyle Crazy Horse Morgan. So yesterday, our guest Shannon Battle was supposed to be on and talking to us about working while Black. Crazy Horse told me that it was okay to say that it was his fault, but it really wasn't. We had worked on getting the notices and stuff out, and then that particular notice was on somebody's list of things to do. Then that somebody forgot to do it. I really did think I did it. I remember typing it. You know what? It might be in the draft, so I don't need to check that, but that was on me. But I was able to get in contact with her, and we're looking forward to next week. It's going to be awesome. We're going to go back to talking about working while Black, and now you all had to learn a lot about me and my experiences, particularly my experiences as the magical Negro. And if you don't know what I'm talking about being the magical Negro, that's because you missed yesterday's show. And what did you do? You should go back and watch it. That was yesterday, January 31st show. You understand what it means to be the magical Negro, and how that's not necessarily a flex. We also want to say thank you to the people who make this possible, our sponsors. Yeah, y'all. Let's see first up is the warrior lawyer, J. Wendell Gordon. Like, this is a guy who, if you find yourself again on the wrong side of the criminal justice system, if you find yourself in a situation where the Popo 50 and all the rest of them are after you, or trying to make it seem like you're guilty for something that you didn't do, you need to call somebody like J. Wendell Gordon. He is the warrior lawyer, not because he says that, but because he does that. He's not just, he's about the life. And people understand who he is and what he does, and they respect him for it. So if you find yourself on the wrong side of the criminal justice system, please do not forget to holler at the warrior lawyer. STEM City USA, we are BlackUSA.news, and particularly the Black USA News Morning Show was the first Black media to stream in the metaverse. And that is all thanks to Dr. Tyrone Taborn of STEM City USA and his team over there, who do an amazing job. So we are so incredibly grateful for them and all of the support that they provide. Oh, edible arrangements. I'm looking to celebrate this weekend. You know what? Black. I'm celebrating Black History Month. So, okay, let me not even lie. This is just an excuse. It's not about Black History Month. I'm going to go get me some of those pineapple covered, I mean, not pineapple covered, the pineapple with the white chocolate cover from edible arrangements, particularly the in Govins and Randallstown. You know what? And I'm gonna be petty when I do it. I'm gonna take pictures and then I'm gonna share them with you all so you can see how good it is. You know what? I might even do a full video of me enjoying it, just because you know, like when you eat it and you chew it, and it's a really good piece of food. It makes your neck part tighten up a little bit, and you're yeah, that's you're gonna be so jealous. Edible arrangements. Oh, and I love my mama. I love my mama dearly. You know I love my mama. But I am in a little bit in my feelings with my mama because I spent time with my mama and I missed the opportunity to go to Darker Than Blue. You all put me on that cowboy prime rib, and like I was well, let me be honest. It wasn't just spending time with her because you know Mama Hannibal feeds you when you go to her house. So it wasn't just that it was late. It was late a little bit because like I ate a lot of food and like took a little nap. But it's still her fault. It's still her fault. If her food wasn't so good, I would be able to get some of that good food that was Darker Than Blue. But I got plans now. I got plans. I'm gonna cop me some of that cowboy prime rib. And guess what? It's gonna be another video, and y'all gonna be jealous. Murphy, Falcone, and Murphy, Judge Murphy has been out here saving and empowering the Black community my entire adult life. Whether it was from the bench, whether it was from the courtroom as a lawyer, whether it was in the halls of Congress, whether it was in Annapolis, he has been there. He has been there, and he has created an organization that continues to fight for our community. So if you find yourself uh, fighting the government, if you find yourself in civil litigation, make sure you all reach out to Murphy, Falcone, and Murphy. They are good brothers and sisters over there, and they do amazing work. And remember, worst case scenario is you call them and they can't help you. And what's that? That doesn't cost you anything. Best case scenario, they'll find a totally different way to help change your life. Now, my company, the Grinding Gang, we want to help you take your business to the next level. We have free membership, and in that free membership, you get access to the knowledge library, business documents, templates like financial plans. You get access to examples of live business plans that I've created in the past, and their monthly events that you get to go to for free. Now, I need to make sure I clarify something. Everything ain't for free. I need you to get your mind right. Don't come to my website. Don't come to me like, well, I need you to write my business plan, and it said it's free membership. Well, that's not part of free membership. But there's a lot of information on our website that is for free that you can get and use so that you can take your business to the next level. And actually, my team and I are incredibly good at this. You better ask somebody about us walking around here acting like we ain't good at what we do. You don't even know. And I have the honor, the privilege to introduce you to the morning show's newest sponsor. I Am Black Wall Street, a book written by our own founder, Donnie Glover. I Am Black Wall Street covers Donnie's reflection on Black Wall Street and how that has come to a culmination with us, how we still reflect the ideals and the values and the strength that was there. And if y'all notice who wrote the forward, you see who wrote the forward? William H. Billy Murphy, Jr. Esquire. No, that's Judge Murphy. You see how Judge Murphy, Falcone, and Murphy, it all comes together. We don't do this by ourselves. It takes an entire community to make any of this stuff work. So we are happy to have our newest sponsor for the morning show available to you now. Make sure you copy stuff on Amazon and the other platforms that it is on. So there's a piece of news that I wanna go over real quick, because I think it's important to understand. A lot of times when it comes to criminal justice, especially uh, as the Black community, we don't get to celebrate victories. And even like this story now, the victories that we do get to celebrate, don't feel very victorious. The guys, Travis and Greg McMichael, out of Georgia, the men who hunted, stalked, and killed Ahmaud Arbery while he was out running, getting some exercise, getting healthy. They hunted him and they murdered him. They got a plea deal. And their plea deal said that they would only spend 30 years at the federal level because they've already been convicted at the state level. They spend federal time. They'd only be doing 30 years in conjunction with the sentence that they had at the state level. And they get to go to a designated federal prison. They got to basically choose their hotel. Like, we chased and murdered this guy, but if we have to have consequences, can we have them in a nice place? I mean, is that okay? And guess what? The prosecutors were like, yeah, that's cool. The prosecutors went to the judge in partnership with the defendants to ask for this. And Wanda Cooper Jones, who's Ahmaud's mother, she said that she felt strongly that they should serve their entire sentence in a Georgia state prison. Because guess where they did the crime? In Georgia. Guess where she'll be able to go on a regular basis when they're up for parole, if they are ever up for parole? Georgia. And what she said to them was amazing. She said, please listen to me. Granting these men their preferred choice of confinement would defeat me. It gives them one last chance to spit in my face. I have never heard so succinctly the feeling of being Black looking at the criminal justice system put into words. Granting these men their preferred choice of confinement would defeat me. It gives them one last chance to spit in my face. They murdered this woman's son, and she had to go against the entire criminal justice system to say, give us at least some dignity. And it's important that we remember this. And while and the judge did reject the plea agreement, and they're going to move forward. This is a win, but like I said, some of these victories don't feel so victorious because it doesn't change the fact that the society that exists that made it okay for them to hunt this man down, to murder him in the street. That system doesn't change with this verdict. That system was only going to change with us digging in and doing the work, with us holding people accountable, and with us valuing our lives. It's one thing to say that Black Lives Matter. It's something totally different to act like Black Lives Matter. So I am grateful for this verdict, and we're going to keep looking at this case as it evolves, because this case, it is Black life. These are some of the things that we have to think about navigating through the day. I know Keichel's probably sitting backstage like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, yo, like this ain't about real estate. You got now she's like, how am I supposed to talk about, like, you done brought the energy all the way down and thirst, because this is serious. It is serious, but I believe that we are mature enough to have multiple conversations, because all of this stuff is important. Because Ahmaud Arbery may not have died had we had more control. And let me not make it too simplistic. By us having more control over the means of production, by us having more control over our economic resources and the like, we get to make more rules. We get to have a bigger seat at the table, and we get to take advantage of more things. So long as we are just kind of off to the side and not holding people accountable and not getting involved. And holding people accountable isn't just about being angry and yelling and things like that. Sometimes holding people accountable is documenting it. Sometimes holding people accountable is coming out and saying, hey, this is what's going on, and making people aware. You can hold people accountable, but we also need to work together in getting it done. All right, so we needed to talk about that because I wanted to make sure that we understand that we have to stay vigilant in the criminal justice system. And again, if you find yourself on the other side of the criminal justice system, you might want to holler at Jay Wendell Gordon. I'm just saying, just saying. Um, Before we let's go finish up the housekeeping for this morning. This morning, Donnie had Sydney Martin, CPA, on a special edition talking about entrepreneurs and business owners and what they need to do to get their businesses right. She's a Poly alum, and she also went to UMBC. So big shout out to the Retrievers. Whoop, whoop. And so it was cool to listen to her, and you might want to catch that show. It not even might. If you have a business and you want to find out some things, like watch this. She told us today that if you have a custody agreement with your spouse and you claim your kid, and in the year you got the tax credit, you might have to pay that tax credit back this year if your spouse or your not spouse, the other parent gets to claim the child this year. You might end up owing $1,200 to $1,700 depending on how it went down if you don't plan right. So go check out that show and hit up Sydney Martin CPA if you get an opportunity. Tomorrow's show is going to be amazing. Like, what did I be telling y'all? I bring y'all amazing people to the table, just educate and inform y'all and taking y'all to the next level. Tomorrow will be no different. I got Stan Substantial Robinson. He is a phenomenal artist and has taken his art to another level. He has created a platform for other Black artists where they can come and grow and they can collaborate and learn the fundamentals of the business of art. So we're gonna have a good time talking to him about that. And plus, I've been a fan of Substantial probably about 15 years. It's like when you actually start doing the math, you're like, damn, I'm old. Huh. Cool. I like it. So we're going to talk to him. Big shout out to the Baltimore City branch of the NAACP. We are done dying. It's too much. This is accountability, and it's always been too much. But now, damn that. But let's jump in and talk about real estate. You all know I don't make transitions well. I just talk about what I want to talk about. And this is one of the things I pulled this from Maryland Realtor. And what is important, I think, to notice about this chart is that when you look at the statistics, and this is for December 2001, what you realize is that the supply is going down and the prices are going up, which makes sense. That's how business works, the rules of supply and demand. But what becomes even more important in situations like this is understanding what it means for you, what that means for you moving forward. So does that mean that you hold your house? Does that mean now, is this a buyer's market, a seller's market? And so we keep talking about real estate. Oh, man, I didn't even notice I did it. Brandy said I cursed. Good, man. All right, so what is this? We about $500 into the fine jar, but it's whatever. We're going to donate it to a good cause. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's whatever. I'm going to talk about this in therapy, too. I bet I'm going to say something because this might be a problem. So anyway, looking at when you look down here at the bottom where it says the new listings, I'm gonna put this on the site as well, the link to it so you can see it better. It says the new listings have gone down from 6,500 last year to just under 6,000 this year. That means that the market is tightening up. I have some theories about this and why it's happening, and I also think that there's a cliff coming. Things about to change. The landscape is about to be disrupted. But I'm not the professional here. You know what I mean? But the cool part is I brought you somebody who is. Want you to meet Keichel Lewter. She is a real estate agent and an amazing community advocate. She has been in the game and is not just new to it, she's true to it. She has not just been working with people in the real estate field, but she's also been working to help people get make living in their homes a quality experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, without further ado or gilding the lily, I bring you Keichel Lewter. Hey!
Hello, everyone. Hi. Thank you for having me today, William.
No problem. So, I know I talked a little bit about you earlier on in the show, but I was excited. I get excited when I have great guests on, and damn near all my guests are great. Some of them I don't book myself, so I can't speak to them, but they ended up being great too.
No.
So So I know some of your story, and we've worked together before. But I realized that it is really difficult sometimes with this job because the things I have in my head, the audience can't really hear. So like they don't know you as well as I do in my head. So why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay. Well, thank you. My name is Keichel Lewter. I am a Maryland Realtor. I'm also licensed in Pennsylvania. I'm from Baltimore, born and raised, and all my family is here in Baltimore. As William mentioned earlier, we connected maybe 6 or 7 years ago
Yeah,
when I
about that
started
now.
the furniture bank here in Baltimore, one of Baltimore's first furniture banks, furniture for families. And so we were providing furniture for people that were transitioning from homelessness. And William was so great. I still have nightmares about working with him, but it was wonderful working with him.
Hey.
Really rewarding. That's why I'm back here connected with him. But now for real estate. So, my passion is people and community and building up communities. And so I am now building communities through home ownership.
That's what's up. One of the big things that I saw that you had done was that you had spent time working with first-time home buyers. So like I know a lot of real estate agents. I've had real estate agents as clients over the years. And the reality is for many of them, they don't like working with first-time home buyers because there's a lot of education that's spent in that. I mean, hey, might not keep it 100 on the show, but we keep it 85. Yeah, we want to talk about some of the stuff.
You telling the truth, right? You're spot on.
And so, but I did notice like a lot of your material, a lot of your engagement is for the new homeowner. That don't sound like a really great way to make. Why do you focus? Because that don't sound like a great way to make a bunch of money, but money to work. Okay, let's be honest. And the other part is, I want to make sure people understand that y'all ain't easy to work with sometimes. Y'all come in here with rose dreams on Kool-Aid budgets, or vice versa. Oh, I can't afford that. I have a Kool-Aid budget. It's like, I'm sorry. Did you mean I've seen your bank accounts?
I see it all the time.
But it's a lot of that mental health, that background trauma and all that goes into it. But that's why a lot of people don't like working with first-time home buyers. They're like, it takes so much. But you do. Why ain't you going to get your paper? Explain that.
I don't know what's wrong with me, William. I have a heart for community. I've always been like that, right? And so I recognize that first-time buyers, they need a lot more attention than other buyers, than second-time buyers, or than investors. And when I purchased my house, it wasn't the best experience, honestly.
Oh, whoa.
So I kind of took that, those feelings and kind of just created an experience for first-time buyers. So as you mentioned, you when you check out my website or on my social media platforms, I provide a lot of educational resources for
you do.
buyers. Home ownership is so important for our communities, and healthy families build healthy neighborhoods build healthy communities, and that is really the goal. Home ownership really, for me, it impacted my life tremendously. My self-esteem, my focus in life, and even now my new purpose with real estate and some economic development things that I'm working on in the city. So, William, I need your help again. I need your help for my next project.
I'm with it. And one of the reasons and I wanted to start there because there is a big difference between engaging a new homeowner or someone who has never owned a home before. So even if you've had a home before, or hell, some of us have never lived in someone's home before. And that is a big deal. And there is some recalibration that needs to happen about what your expectations are. Like I remember, and I tell people about this all the time, I despise home ownership at this point, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me why.
When I was in my apartment and the HVAC broke or whatever, and it flooded the floor, there was like 3 guys who showed up to my house, to my apartment. They had wet vacs, and then they left these 2 industrial-sized fans in my apartment for like 4 days. It was incredibly inconvenient. That's one. On the other side, the story where as a homeowner, the pipe in the I'm sorry, the wastewater pipe in the basement burst.
Oh wow! And then what you do?
I literally was ankle deep in. Brandy almost caught me. You didn't give me that time in crap. How about that, Brandy? How about that? I was ankle deep in crap, and I'm gonna tell you the part. And this is exceptionally gross. So we might have to. Donnie might make me blur this out, but he gave me a live show. What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think? But the part that made me against home ownership is when I saw the used tampon floating next to my foot.
You know what? Let me say something. There are things that you can put in place to protect yourself in your home. So we have home warranties. Your home warranty could have covered your HVAC system. Those same 3 guys could have came out and remedied the whole situation. Same thing with that pipeline that burst in your basement. There are I don't think the home warranty, but the home insurance policies, you can add that, you can include that coverage in your policy. So it could have been covered.
So again,
the homeowner's insurance and the home warranty.
So this is why I like talking to you, because I know you can come with it, because sometimes I try to be nice because they tell me sometimes I'm rough. But let's look at it this way. So one of the biggest arguments about being a homeowner, and I know you didn't come here to defend home ownership, but you're here now.
I love it. Let's go. Shoot.
You're here now. Nobody told you to sign up. That's what I'm saying. So but when you start adding, one of the benefits that I've seen is that when you look at the price, especially over the useful life, it ends up being lower than rent, especially when you add in equity.
Absolutely.
The challenge is that now with a lot of these new insurances and a lot of these warranties, those monthly rates start to add up. And so one of the things, like, and again, while it may not be for me right now, because mentally and emotionally, like I can't, like that, I'm still traumatized by the floaties. That was a bit much for me.
No.
When I tell you that like, this is stupid. This is so stupid. I hate everything around here. Like, and oh, by the way, my ex-wife at the time, she was sick at the time and couldn't come help. And so it was on me.
Sorry, you having flashbacks.
Yeah,
Listen.
Yeah, sorry.
Let me say this. Home ownership is more affordable than it's ever been, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you have these fees, but for one, like the homeowner's insurance, for most first-time buyers, they usually get an FHA home loan.
Okay.
And with FHA, you're required to have a homeowner's insurance policy. So that homeowner's insurance policy that you pay every month is included in your mortgage payment. So you're still saving money.
Okay.
We all know, and if you don't know, you can save a lot more money every year by switching from renting to home ownership. Now, as far as the home warranty plan, they're about $500 a month. That can break down to $40 to $50. Excuse me, $500 a year.
I was going to say $500 a month.
No, sorry, it's not affordable. But at $500 a year, that's about $40 to $50 a month, and you have that coming out of your account. And for $40 to $50 a month, you are protecting your biggest investment. And let me tell you one other thing. Home ownership, some people say home ownership isn't for everybody. I disagree. I think it's for everyone. Over the last year, the average homeowner gained an average of $56,000 in home equity.
So nope. Not gonna let you do that one. Okay, we got now. You brought up something we got to talk about. Now you brought up something we got to talk about.
Go ahead. I can pull up the stats.
No. The stats that you're talking about are incredible. So you have helped us. You forced the segue. Now let's talk about what's about to happen in the market. So one of the reasons that in the research and the stuff that I've looked at, and again, I defer to you if you have different data, is that one of the reasons that amount of equity or that valuation has been able to go up so high so quickly has been the artificially low supply. Because of the mortgage moratorium, the foreclosure moratoriums and the eviction moratoriums, and economic uncertainty, there are a lot more people holding on to inventory than there would have been. There would have been a lot with the economic recession that has happened. There would have been a lot more businesses or a lot more homes people got foreclosed on or evicted, and a lot more of this inventory would have been on the table. But because the inventory is so artificially low, it drives prices up. Makes sense. But here's the question: what's going to happen when the eviction moratoriums and the foreclosure moratoriums are over? And what I have seen, and tell me if you've seen something similar, is that a lot of the available residential property that exists is being purchased by corporate interests. So they're buying these communities and these neighborhoods little by little. Like, you could drive around Baltimore and you see a lot of Sotheby's. I remember the first time I saw a Sotheby's advertising it on a house. I was like, who? Somebody bootleg Sotheby's. Oh my goodness. They come in and using some Sotheby's, man, they're going to get sued. And then I was like, wait, that's Sotheby's? And then I
Sotheby's
looked
is a brokerage, though. They're not a developer. I think they're a
No. Yeah, but Sotheby's also does auctions at high value property. They do large corporate things. And so now that them getting into this and when you look at some of the research, companies, large corporations are getting into the real estate game because they see these artificially high prices. They understand what happens in the psychology of humans. Once we start looking for something at a price, that becomes where we get stuck.
Well, let me give you an example. Zillow, one of a large corporation that did that. They tried to buy up a lot of property and now they can't sell it. So now they're stuck. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that?
There's a lot of organizations that have done that.
And I don't know that the market will go back down. I think that the market will continue, prices will continue to go up. That's what I think. And
I think that you're right in the long term, but I think just like with the tech bubble, my issue is that if this was only on one aspect of the economy, so if this was just the real estate market was at a bubble point, but at the same time the financial markets are at a bubble point. So you have real estate, finance, and governments are just going all batshit crazy. So all of that is happening, and so my concern is that because if inventory frees up very quickly, prices will drop. Now, like that's just going to happen.
That's an if, right? But the reality is right now, I have $60K in equity in my house, and I've been here for 2 years. And when I purchased my house, I had like $5,000 in equity.
Yes.
I now have $60,000. I can take $60,000 out of my house that I still have a mortgage on, take $60,000 out, and I can go buy an investment property, or I can pay off some debt, or I don't know, I can start a new life on some island somewhere. I don't really
absolutely. I don't disagree with what you're saying.
It's creating opportunity, and even though it may not stay the same, it could be some things that have happened.
Absolutely.
Once I get that $60K, it's out. That's it. I can't. Nothing doesn't matter.
To your point, though, yes, actually it does, because to your point, if you don't pull the $60K out before the market becomes flush with new inventory, right?
Right.
Then the value is going to, so you won't have 60,000 in equity anymore, because the equity only comes because people are willing to pay 60 above the asking.
Now that's if the market goes back down.
So tell me, how do you perceive it then? If if things are happening, and the moratorium on evictions and foreclosures is going to end. You realize it has to end.
Yeah.
What happens? Do you think that all the people who have not been paying their rent or their mortgage for 2 years are going to automatically have the money to pay, or are they going to be kicked out and those properties are going to be put on the market?
I think they're going to be put on the market, but based on what I've seen over the last few years, I don't think that our country is going to allow all of these people to be evicted from their houses. There's going to be some type of resource or something available. Some type of legislation will have to be
absolutely. Except that, watch this though. I would have believed you 5 years ago.
Okay.
We fight to make bridges safe. We fight so that everybody can just vote. That's it. Like and our financial markets are in the crap right now anyway. And so I am grateful that you have the hope, and I hope you're right and I'm wrong.
Oh, I am. I'm absolutely right. I'm the expert. Don't forget.
I hope that you are absolutely right on this one, because what I've seen is terrifying to me, to be quite honest. It is my concern in situations, especially for first-time home buyers, for me. And tell me what you think about this advice. Okay. If you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking to live in this house, this is going to be your house for 15 years. I agree. By the time 15 years comes, should have corrected itself and the equity should be back. But if you're looking for 3 to 5 years, this is for me. It's a scary time because I don't know what's going to happen. And you're right, it will get cleaned. I do believe it will get cleaned up, but you don't know who you're going to be in the middle of the mess while they're trying to work out legislation.
Very true. Well, spring is coming.
Yes.
People are going to put their houses on the market.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are thinking about their home life more than ever. Everybody's home, right?
Right.
So, family life structures change right now. The way that people work is changing. A lot of people have relocated back to their home city and they're buying houses there. So we will have a lot more inventory. Interest rates are going up. So it will be, a little bit more expensive to buy your dream home, right? With the interest rates going up, some people may no longer be eligible. That's the truth of the matter.
Yes.
I do think the spring season will be busy. I think that it'll be good.
Absolutely it will. It will. It absolutely will.
Yeah, and I think that houses will still be high.
Oh no, so I agree with you. I agree because there are market functions. Like there are people who need to move, and there's a lower inventory, so I can charge whatever the hell I want. Like that's just reality. But I'm talking about planning longer in advance. If you're in for 10 to 15, that sounds like it's a good investment. But short term, especially speculative real estate investment, that might not be a good to me.
Yeah,
I'd wait. And to your point, you know what? Now I think about it, to your point, I am surprised that this has lasted so long.
Well, you know what? I like any investment, you got to make decisions now for the future, right? So you have to act on right now. And so if I were to act on, the equity that I have and I wanted to start a business, I should do that right now in this market. If I want to go and buy my dream home and I'm in the, in the position to do so, I should go forward and do it in this market. If you're going to do anything with real estate, do it right now.
And again, the 10 to 15 years for the new purchaser. Do you think that the short-term purchaser should buy now?
I think it depends on the type of purchase.
Okay. What the end goal is. Makes sense.
It differs for everyone. And when I talk about houses being higher, I mean, everyone's situation is different. But, if it's going to be $25,000 more, but you're going to get your dream home and your whole family, all 3 generations can live in a house together. You know what I mean? Those are the things and actually
that's a really good point. And I hadn't thought about. As people are thinking about these real estate moves, I do remember hearing something about more people are coming together to buy one house, especially the millennials, because individually they may not have the income necessary to do it. Hell, some of us Gen Xers, boomers, times is tight around these joints. And so there are a lot of them who are doing that together. Have you seen that happen? Like people buying houses together?
There is tons of new construction homes. And they are, well, not tons, but there are a lot of new construction homes that are developers that are building multi-generational homes. They have the in-law suite for, your parents to come and live with you. They have multiple main bedrooms throughout the house for adult children to live in. So I do see this being a common trend right now.
Okay.
But right now, I also noticed that there is a lot more opportunity for home ownership. We have the rent to own programs available. So I'm not sure if you guys heard of the program, the Landis program. I believe.
Yes, actually they're on a partner. They were LA was here with Tamika Gibbons a couple weeks ago.
Nice. Yes, we have a webinar next week with LA. We're doing a rent to home ownership roadmap webinar next week. And so, of course, the goal, we want to get everybody into a house, and everybody's situation is different. And so they're just giving us another, pathway to home ownership. And so, I mean, I think everybody should own a home. Like I said, I think it's for everybody. It builds.
Absolutely. You're a proselytizer. You go out and minister and stuff.
I do. That's really why I got into it. I understood once I purchased my home, I really understood, okay, what it did for me as an individual, as far as my identity, what it's doing for my family and my bloodline, and what it's doing for the neighborhood that I live in. I live in a historically Black neighborhood. It is in East Baltimore, right between Johns Hopkins and Morgan State University.
Bel
Air Edison.
Yeah, we neighbors. I'm over in Northwood.
Oh, what's going on, neighbors? Listen, a lot of the work that I'm doing is in this corridor, but
Right.
I just lost my thought thinking about
It's okay.
economic development that quickly.
We were talking about other opportunities for people and what home ownership does for you intergenerationally.
Absolutely. So, of course, I mean there are new resources like the Land Disc program, and then there's another program, I can't even think of it, but they have a easy credit score requirement. I think it starts at like 580.
Yeah.
You have to have an income between $40,000 and $50,000, depending on which program you go with. And you have the opportunity to buy your dream home. You have the opportunity to come in, choose your home, county or city that has homes available. You can rent that property until you are ready to close on that home and purchase it.
Okay. So let's switch gears. We've been talking a lot about buying homes.
Yes.
Let's switch gears, and for a few minutes, could you talk about some of the advice or some of the things that you tell your clients about selling their home?
Yeah, don't sell your home without a realtor.
Why not?
Don't do it.
Why not? Why not? Why can't I've seen I got friends who are realtors. I read, I'm smart. I went to school and da 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 da. Why shouldn't I do this myself? Because I mean, all y'all do is take me around and show me houses. I could go look at houses on my own. So why should I get a realtor?
Well, I'm not just a showing agent, okay? So as a realtor, we also we prepare contracts for your purchase. We negotiate the terms on your behalf so that you can get the most value when you purchase your home, which is very important. I'm not an attorney, but I know how to read contracts.
Right.
And I write contracts as your realtor. And that can take me some time, depending on the purchase. It could take me, an hour or more.
Well, I can read myself. Why shouldn't I try to take this on my own? What do you know that I don't, that why I should hire a realtor? Any realtor.
Do you have a contract? Do you know the correct contract that you should use when you purchase a home? Do you have access to it?
I mean, I can find one.
Oh, you're gonna write it on a napkin?
No, I mean, you can go to, what is it? Those sites where you do the drop down menu and pay $19.99 and they drop it down for you. And plus the seller or the buyer has the contract or something.
Well, that's possible. Aside from that, we also can market
your property. You know what? Let's stop. Stop being polite. This is not going well.
Get to it.
Yeah, you're trying to, you're being professional here. You know I don't do that. Okay.
Well, that's who I am, right? That's why you're talking like me, right? But that's who I am. I can't help it. My mother.
Let's go.
I'm not going to take my hoodie off,
Okay, because but the funny part is like that. I understand that this is brand managed. Because don't forget, we've talked when we ain't been on camera, so don't Okay, we keep
That's
it.
That's why I put my hood up for you.
Okay, yeah, we keep it 85 here. Now the other 15% don't nobody need to know, but we at least keep it 85.
All right, don't try to sell your home. It's going to be on the market for a long time. You can go on Zillow for sale by owners and see that these people are listing their houses and they're on the market for too long.
Right.
So with a realtor, we can market your property to hundreds and thousands of people through this one system. One system, and then Zillow goes and pulls this information. Redfin pulls it. HomeSnap pulls it, so that you can have the correct.
Everybody's using the same information.
There you go, right? So we're marketing your property for you. Not only that, we can offer you an open house. For me, I like to do photography. So, if it's a large property, we have drone photography available. We go through great lengths to market your property while you can just list it on Craigslist and pray that somebody drives by, or you can put a for sale sign in the window and hope that somebody knocks on the door. And if you don't, if you haven't made any investment into your curb appeal, if you haven't cut the grass, if you have mail coming out of the mailbox, and if the blinds
Wait, I'm sorry. Why you keep trying to be disrespectful and talk about my house? That's really messed up. I invited you here on my show, and you want to talk about where I live. That's okay. I'm with you.
What I'm trying to say is that for you to get the most value out of your home, you want to make sure that your home looks the part.
Right.
Inside and out. And a realtor can really help you. A realtor will come and look at your house and tell you specifically, hey, you need to do this, or you want to make this adjustment, or you want to remove this from this area.
One of the things that I've also found has been helpful with real estate agents is that they help you cut through the bull. Like with the time in so like for me, when I'm doing business consulting and I'm helping a client trying to prepare for negotiations with a vendor, there's certain things like if a vendor sends a certain type of contract my way, or if they say certain things, it's like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, be careful. Or this is also what you need to look at. They didn't mention this, you need to have this in here, and those types of things, because there's a lot about business operation, especially when you're new to business, that you don't know. For if you sell your home by yourself, you may sell 2-3 homes in your lifetime, but your realtor sells 2-3 homes a month, and sometimes that experience, having that familiarity, like if this realtor comes in and he doesn't have this, we don't work with him because I know him. We did work with him before. Anytime he doesn't have this, you're gonna end up in a situation where you sign a contract with somebody who doesn't qualify.
Yep.
And that happens, from what I understand, a lot of times with people who are selling their property themselves. They get somebody who sounds good, has these letters that look good, and then when it's time for closing, it's like, oh, I don't have this, and now you got to start the process all over. Is that, am I just way off? Because sometimes I make up stuff in my head, and I don't know if this is one of those times.
No, you're right. We, as realtors, we have processes and systems in place that we have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And so, don't list your home. Just go with the realtor. I'm just telling you, like you said, like we have the years of experience. Not only that, we have the networks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just on a call this morning with 300 other agents that are in the DMV area. And so if your home for sale, I could just shoot it to them, and they have tons of clients that are currently in the market to buy right now. So I feel like that when you sell your house yourself, you are limiting yourself. The amount of money that you can receive for your home. And this is your biggest investment. Why not get the most money for it?
So what was that phrase Ben Franklin used to have? Penny wise, pound foolish. And it took me a long time to understand penny wise, pound foolish, because we don't use the metric system here, or I mean the English currency system. So I used to think like a penny, like a brown penny, was worth a pound of whatever you could purchase for the penny. I was very confused until I learned that penny is a coin in England, and so is the pound. I was like, oh, so it's like saying in for a penny, in for $20. Oh, that makes okay. So that makes. I'm sorry. When I have learned stuff, I want to share. Like, oh, let me share. Because I mean, if I walked around for I ain't gonna front that it was into my adult life before I realized it. But if I walked around that long, I don't want nobody else out in the world. Because one of the things people, my clients especially, they ask me is, they say there's no such thing as a stupid question. And I said, that's not true. Some questions are stupid. If I am picking up a French fry and getting ready to put it in my mouth, and you go, are you going to eat that? That's a stupid question.
But, well, I always tell people, I mean, what you said was dumb, but it wasn't stupid.
Oh, that's because you're polite. There are stupid questions, but the cool part is I'm the person you come and ask stupid questions to, because I'll tell you that they're stupid, and then be like, don't ask nobody else that question, because they will not respect you.
You are the one for that.
Yeah, you will deal with. And because again, what I tell people is that when when you do business consulting with me, business coaching, is like you need to also get a therapist.
You gotta have a therapist, because William will say that and then leave the room on you. Drop the mic.
But also I realized that one of the big things that a lot of people are dealing with is the facts about their feelings and their emotions and the stories that they make up in your head. And when you have had a story you made up in your head for 10 years and has been the anchor part of your life, and then somebody really helps you understand that doesn't make sense, and you've been, wasting all your life, blah, 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 that's a little rough.
Yeah. While we're talking about that, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so people have these fears about home ownership, whether they can afford to buy. The truth is you can afford to buy. As I mentioned, there are some programs that are available, but FHA will allow you to purchase a home with a 580 credit score. 580 credit score. You can buy a house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There are down payment assistance programs available. Bank of America has a down payment assistance program with closing costs up to $17,000. I've had clients actually receive this, and it only requires a 640 credit score. So if you're worried about the cost, there is money available. There are a lot more grants that are available depending on where you work. If you work for the state, if you work for Johns Hopkins, if you work for University of Maryland, you can get up to $20,000 to buy your home in Baltimore City.
That's crazy.
So you don't have
Keichel, what's your phone number?
So best number to contact me is 410-701-0802. And yeah, so 580 credit score, 2 years of income, and there is down payment assistance available.
Because that's a lot of good information. Like the fact that there are all these different places that we can get resources from, and like I know about some of them, and that's the other thing is like you hear about these things kind of in passing, and people mention, oh, this type of program or whatever. But I think another thing with working with a realtor, especially one that focuses in on first-time home buyers and does this regularly, is that you know who these people are, and you also know who's bullshit and who's not. You know what programs that you can apply to, because they sound good, some of them, but some of them the qualification criteria is so significant that even if you meet it on paper, you're not going. It's so competitive, you're not going to meet it on the other side. And having a realtor helps you know that. And then there's somewhere it may not seem like you qualify, but they might be so desperate for people that they're being a little flexible. And having a realtor, I think, especially again, one that knows what they're doing in the new home market, provides an opportunity for you to get some of those resources.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And not all agents firsthand or even know about these programs. A lot of agents do not know Bank of America has $20,000 for their clients. And they've been doing it for 2 years. It's been like a secret. So I'm sharing it with you guys. I mean, because I want you guys to tell somebody else about it.
I want you guys to tell somebody else about Keichel Lewter. Well, tell them about. You know what? I'm gonna give you an opportunity to do a commercial. You're gonna do a whole commercial right now. It's gonna be crazy.
My gosh! All right, let's go.
You can be
real estate, right? Just real estate.
Oh yeah. I don't. We're not gonna talk about your OnlyFans work.
Oh, okay. Okay. That was a joke for anybody that doesn't have a sense of humor.
Sure. Yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot we're live. Yeah, it was a joke.
Well, we're really quick. I'm working with this great organization called Oracle City. They are teaming up with people all over the nation that are leaders in the community. They want to bridge existing resources together so that we can build up and uplift the people in underserved neighborhoods. I am one of the ambassadors for Baltimore, along with Mona Carpenter. Hey, Mona. And so we are doing great work. Our goal here is to revitalize Bel Air Edison. I want Bel Air Edison to look like Canton. I want it to look better than Canton, and
that's a big one. You're gonna have to get your gentrification game up if you want Canton. If we're gonna talk about something that's real.
Get on my team, William. I need your help. I can't do it without you beating me up emotionally.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm in. Like, okay.
And I need that shirt before I do my commercial. I need that shirt, but I'm ready.
Okay. Give me a sec. You ready?
You guys? Well, thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate any love and support you guys have been given to me and William. I just want to say my name is Keichel Lewter. I love home ownership. Home ownership changed my life. It can change yours. And I want to help you meet your real estate goals, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. I also have the 20-minute home buyer workshop. Some of you may have heard about it, but I am the first and only realtor to ever create a 20-minute home buyer workshop. Now, typically the home buyer workshop is anywhere from an hour to 8 hours, but I recognize that like most people, you guys are busy and on the run, but you want to buy a house and you want to get this information. So I cram this information in 20 minutes. You can learn the steps to home ownership. You can learn about the timeline, and you can even see an example from one of a transaction that I did last year. You'll see the true cost of buying a $250,000 house. I put all of that in the 20-minute home buyer workshop just for you, so you can get the information and get closer to your next home. So if you have any questions, please contact me directly. I can be reached online at Buy Maryland, BUY Maryland, MARYLAND ND. And my website is bymarylandre.com. Again, it's www.bymarylandre.com. I am by Maryland on Facebook. I am by Maryland on Instagram. I am by Maryland on YouTube. And if you want to know where I got this hat from, it says God Family Real Estate. My shirt says God Family Real Estate because we love God, we honor our family, and we buy real estate. And if you want to wear this clothing line like me, you can visit www.shopgfre.com. Thank you again. Yep.
Oh man, that was a great commercial. Like I like that.
So
that was fire a little bit. Let me know when I put together a workshop. 20 minutes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You got anything else you want to say? Oh, did you go away? I don't know what happened. You went away? Okay. Well, it looks like we lost Keichel. But did you notice how that all worked at the right time? We lost Keichel right as she closed in with her commercial. Yeah, that's what happens when you have your steps ordered and aligned. Let's see. We are wrapping up for today. There are a couple of other things that I wanted to touch on. It's so funny. I was about to wrap up anyway. Want to make sure that you all are out and about and supporting BlackUSA.news. You should go to the website. Hot shows, expanding programs. Days and perhaps a show or to maybe show at info grinding gang website and entertain. What it was okay.
We were all having a little technical.
Hey, I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, here we go. We're broadcasting again.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the monitor, and it looked like there was something with Facebook because all of like yours went off and mine went off. So, but I was just telling everybody that about BlackUSA.news, and now that you're back, I'll tell you about it too because you could join us as well. As I mentioned in the lead-in when we opened, that we are streaming in the metaverse. Mine was the first Black show to be streamed in the metaverse.
Wow, awesome.
So that's with Dr. Tyrone Taborn at STEM City USA. We have BlackUSA.news has 7-day-a-week programming, and we have multiple shows every day. Well, multiple shows just about every day. And so it's a really great opportunity for anybody who's interested in using the platform to helping people grow and helping businesses grow. Donnie wanted us to start looking for not just new guests, but also anybody who's interested in hosting a show of their own. So if, I'm putting that out there, I can be found at info@grindinggang.com, or you can go to my website, grindinggang.com. And set up an appointment and we'll have a conversation.
Nice.
Man, Keichel, I had a great time talking to you as per usual.
Yeah.
Make sure you let me know what's happening in Bel Air Edison. I'm all the way with it. It's right down the street. And I got some ideas. And especially if you need somebody cursed out, like I'm really good at that part.
I know who to call.
Really good at that part. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm looking forward for the next time when you're on the show.
Okay, see you.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye. All right, we have come to the end of another show, and it has been informative and amazing as always. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking to Stan Substantial Robinson about being a Black artist and the support that's out there for Black artists. It's going to be amazing. Like I said, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get him to drop some bars tomorrow as well. because he is a talented MC. So thank you, Keichel, for all of your time and work. Thank you all very much for tuning in every day. It means a lot. And I'm hopeful that we are having an impact on you and you are enjoying yourself. All right. I will see you tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow.